Hello again and welcome. This is Sobanjo. How are you guys doing today? For those of you that are meeting me for the very first time, this is me. I help you launch your side business, your profitable side business, like a pro, something that you really love to do. And we create a business around it so that, you can start selling your wisdom, selling your knowledge, selling your experience, whether offline or online, selling services to other people. Yeah. And when I talk to people, a lot of the people that I work with would, have the same kind of challenge that I had, at the beginning. And the very thing is, we know that in order to be able to start a business, in order to be able to, start a business that actually makes money, so that's the idea. In order to start a business that actually make money, you have to develop yourself personally. You have to be, strong at, doing what you know how to do, before your skills and experiences can actually turn to money in the bank, right? There's a lot of personal development that goes into it. And I'm sure you've heard that readers are leaders. Okay. And so today I want to share with you a tool that has really, been a game changer for me, and I'm sure it's going to be the same for you. Now, but before we go into that, I want to, just go at it, from the point of, I know a lot of people that would say, I really would like to build this business, or I really would like to, put more effort into it, but I don't want to be jumping around. I don't want to be, making mistakes or just, the trial and errors, right? So but the thing is, you have to put yourself in it, though. If you don't put yourself in it and you begin to, work it, what would happen is you start to see that the progress that you're looking for, you don't get it. Okay. And so, so you're saying, you want to know, what to share on social media. Hey, welcome. I'm not sure if you're watching live, can you just do hashtag live? And if you're watching the replay, just do hashtag replay so that I can connect with you and see how you are doing. Okay. So, the idea is this, that a lot of times you want to actually read, because we said readers are leaders. Okay. So if you want to lead in business, if you want to lead in life in general, you need to read a lot. Okay. Now, a lot of times people would say, I don't even have time to do all of these things, that I need to do. And then I'm also trying to start a business. Then, so where do I find the time to be able to do all these things that you're telling me to do, right? That was exactly how I was when I started. In short, I would hear, you need to read. And huge confession here, I don't like reading. Okay. And when I was in school, back in the days, when I was in primary school, that's elementary, it was okay to read, but I think something must have started with adolescence, or, when I got into the university, it was just so, I can't concentrate. I can't focus. Right. So I'm not that kind of person that will pick a book and will read it. And I have books, I can count the number of books in this world in my life that I have read from cover to cover. There are just a few of them. Okay. Well, I read my own books because I write them. I've published a couple of books now, so, but you see, the thing is, when I pick up a book, I first thing I do is I look through the table of content, and then I go and I look for what I need in that book and I read it. Obviously, I miss out on a lot of other great things that the author talks about. And I'm sure some other people are doing my books like that too. That's fine. That's the way I read. Okay. So, and then if I see a book that is really huge, you see some of those business books that are really good, they could be this thick, right? And you're like, how on earth do you expect me to read this? And at other times you're looking at them, but you're like, I really need to know what's inside this book, though, so I need to make out time. And I must say that when I actually make out time for really good books, I really prefer to read books, by flipping them, like that. And so I still actually, believe it or not, I still buy paper books today because I prefer to have, underline and all that. So I really love that. However, the time that it takes me to read a good book, and I'm not talking literatures, I'm not talking, novels, I'm not talking, things that are fictional. I'm not that kind of person. I can count the number of fiction books, that's novels, that I've read ever. Okay, so this may not be for you if you're a very fast reader and you know how to read and you're so good at reading and it doesn't, stress you at all. But if you're that kind of person that, you pick up a book and they said you should read it, but you're like, oh my God, that's the kind of person that this would really benefit a lot, and so what that was for me was that I discovered that there were things that we call audiobooks. Okay, now I tried out audiobooks, and I really loved audiobooks, and I still do audiobooks. Okay. And then I also actually, when you go on YouTube, you actually find some books. Okay. Because the tool that I'm going to be recommending for you today is a step further. Okay. So if you're at the level that you're still trying to get, okay, I need to read books. You can even find a good book and go on YouTube. You may be shocked. If it's a very good classic, there are books there already. And I've read many books on YouTube, especially the older books. Okay. And maybe at some point I'm going to compile some books that I really would recommend that you read as you're starting your business and you're building your business. Okay. But now going further, what I now discovered was that as a busy mom and busy pastor's wife and pastor, and as someone that, travels from place to place, and, today we're here, tomorrow we're there, and all of that, I began to see that time was becoming so tight. Okay. So for example, here in Cornwall, Ontario, I'm doing this recording in Cornwall, Ontario right now, and we're actually in the process of planting the next church, okay, in Cornwall, Ontario. Okay. And I already have a huge list of friends that I am committed to. Okay. And now I have to start again to build new friends. I have to, make out time to go, talk to people, reach out to people, love on my neighbors and support them and do all these things. I don't have time to sit down and take one whole book and sit down and read everything, especially because I'm not a fast reader. Okay. So what I discovered is that I discovered this app. Oh Lord Jesus, the day I discovered this app, I was just so grateful, to God that, I found this app, and the app is actually what it does. Let me just first of all tell you what it does. What it does is it takes some very good books, especially in the personal development, category. And so I'm talking business, I'm talking, career, I'm talking professional, different things, marketing, I'm talking, different things. And I'm going to go into it now for you to see. But what it is it's actually an app. You go to your iOS or whatever, and you create an account with them, and then you get in, and what they do is they take a good book and they blink it. Okay, so what they call it is they put like a summary of the book. Okay, now as soon as I heard summary, they got me. Because I want to read a book, but remember how when I go read any book, I always start with the table of contents at the beginning. So imagine someone now comes to you and says, you see those table of contents, I'm going to give you the short summary of everything that is said in that book. Okay, the main points, and they're going to write it out for you, and you just read the blinks. They call them the blinks. Okay, so when you blink that, in short, you can actually call it you're blinking the book instead of reading the book. Okay, it's a thing. Okay, so you take that, you read it, and then it doesn't end there. Okay, that little blink that usually would be like like a 10 page or 7 to 8 pages of blinks, and in short forms, what it is, they now audio record all of those blinks. Okay, so what you're doing is you're actually listening to a book, the summary of that book. Now, I cannot count how many books I've blinked since I started using Blinkist. It's just a time saver, okay, in that I find so much, I get a lot already just by reading, the blink, or by listening to the blinks, okay? And I'm going to recommend, that for you today. Again, I'm not sure if I said this already, because I'm an affiliate with them. If you use my link today that I'm going to put on the below this in the description, you're going to, if you go use that link, they're going to give me a commission if you decide to buy after the trial period. Okay, so but again, like I said, it's not about, I don't share tools or softwares or anything that I don't already use myself and find really, really useful. So if you're looking to save time, but you still really want to learn as you go, and what I do over the years, what I've done is, instead of, reading a book, I would read a blink, on a daily basis. So easily you can read a book every day. In short, if you have more time, you can even do more than a book. Okay, there was a time at the beginning that I would read more than a book in a day because I'm just blinking it. Okay, and then what now happens is if I need that book, okay, what I now do is I now go find that book, either to buy it, or to buy to find it in the library. Okay, so this is just a time, a lifesaver and a game changer for me, because anything that I'm going into, I first of all go find a blink. And most of the times now there are some authors that would be there was some authors that are not there, but you have more than enough, okay, more than enough books, to handle, to deal with. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you what Blinkist look like. I'm going to share my screen with you, and okay, so right, this is what it looks like when you go there. It says fit learning into your life. Okay, if you say you don't have time, trust me, you're going to be able to do this. And it says Blinkist brings you to the knowledge from top nonfiction, so you can learn anytime, anywhere. And you see, how you can just listen as you go. It's just been a game changer for me. And again, you choose the format, that works for your life. You can, just read it, just take the book and just go the key insights. Okay, so actually this is one thing that they also do, that you can actually dive deeper into the audiobook, like you can full length of the book, or you can go the insight route, or they introduce you to that person, that the author, and more of their content. Okay, so this is really, really good. Now what this is telling you is, if you sign up today, you get 7 days of free trial. Okay, so you just click on the 7 days trial and you sign up, and they're not gonna, again, if you're not, let me just warn you here, if you're not gonna take the action, if you're not gonna buy the product, keep an eye on it. Okay, what I usually would do for this kind of thing is you put an alarm if you need to cancel, so that you don't get charged. Okay, so if you cancel before the trial period, you won't be charged. But I can assure you that you would really love this material, because it's, especially if time is a big problem for you, if you have so much that you're dealing with right now. So if you click on the start free trial now, what we'll do is you would be able to either use your email or go the social route, where you just sign up with Facebook. Okay, and what I'm sure you're thinking, what categories are we going to find in this? So you have career and success, society, culture, sex and relationships, science. You have religion and spirituality. There are some books, like there are names like John Maxwell. I've blinked so many of John Maxwell. In short, I don't know if I've all the books of John Maxwell that are on Blinks. I think I may have finished them, but then there may be more added already that I don't know of. There's psychology. It's just when you're in business, there's a lot. Business has a lot to do with psychology, productivity, all of this you need to know. Politics, if you're interested, management and leadership. I've read so many books in leadership, personal development, parenting, nature, environment, motivation and inspiration, money and investment, mindfulness and happiness, marketing and sales, again very important, philosophy, history. We also have health and nutrition. If you're a nutrition coach, you need this. Okay, entrepreneurship, education, economics, creativity, corporate culture, communication skills, technology and the future, biography and memoirs. I've read many of those as well. So if you pick them by categories, you see it just gives you, now these are some very good books already, just like that. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now this one by Stephen Covey is just one of the classics that we all know about. Do What You Are. This I can't remember if I blinked this, and you can see how it says there 19 minutes to read for 7 habits of highly effective people. And if you take that book, you can also blink it and it will be shorter. Usually the 19 minutes read will be about 5 minutes, 7 minutes blink. Imagine that you're done in 5 minutes, and then you can know whether while you're reading it you want to know a bit more. I would usually now go, if there's a book that I really would want, I would want to read the paper copy. Okay, and so I can do my jotting down, and the good thing also is that in the app you can copy and paste. Okay, many times I'm thinking what should I post, and I would just post something that I read, and I'll just share on social media. Do What You Are, the 5 a.m. club. I remember when I was trying to build my habits on around waking up early. I didn't used to be an early riser, and I didn't like early rising, but some of these books that I read here transformed the way I thought about waking up early, and easily. It was easy. The coaching habits, make your bed, how to win friends and influence people. This is another, classic book that every single person I would recommend if you're going into, Blink and you want to get this. This is very, if you've not read this book, in short, if you've read it, and sometimes, you want to do a refresher, you read the book and you want to just reread it, or you want somebody to, imagine if you hire an assistant and you say, go read this book again for me and tell me the summary. And I do this with, some of my mentees, and I'll say, here is this book, go read it again. And it refreshes my memory, on that. Or imagine you have a staff that you hire. This is exactly the way I see Blink, okay, the Blinkist. I see it more like another one of my staffs that I say, read this book for me, give me the summary, and let me just, move from there, and I'll just, do that. So this is, it says join over 15 million people learning everywhere and anywhere and anytime, every day. Okay, so that's that, and you can use this on, as soon as you click sign up with the free trial, you can download the app, and you can download it either on iOS or Google Play. Okay, so let me show you what's on the inside after you've set it up. The pricing right now, let's take a look at that. It's I think it comes to about $100 a year or something like that. Yeah. So if you start, this one is going to be 7-day trial. Actually, this one is, I think this is the one I have actually, where if you do annually, you pay a bit more, a bit less, something like that. Oh, no. I don't know. It looks like this is what I have. Anyway, so what you do is you just, but you don't need to pick this for, I think when you do the sign up, it will ask you for the price that you want to do. Okay. So I'm going to show you now the inside. Okay. So again, after you've signed up, with them, so what you do is it brings you in here, and it says you can search by popular books. You can say discover. Okay, and if you click discover, say you want to go in the entrepreneurship. Okay, and let's see, since we're all about business here, let's see what's inside entrepreneurship, and you're gonna see some really, really good titles that would just help you fix the next. Okay, and then rear breed. The only way to win is to learn faster than anyone else. Now this is the Lean Startup. This is a good author to read. Just added the new strategies, the future. So there's a whole lot of books in here that you can Blink. Okay, if you go the route of discover, that's what you get, and then your personal library, whatever it is that you're reading right now, is going to keep them up there for you. There are many Blinks that I've started and I never finished them. Why? Because they just not saying exactly what I want to hear. So I'll just leave them there, and that's not a big deal. You can see here that I've read this, and you can see it's maybe like 40% of this or 30% of this I've read, and it says transform your business from a cash-eating monster to a money-making machine. Because I'm always building money-making machines for my clients. This is one of the reasons why I would be loving to read something like this, and you can add a book to your library and read it later. Okay, and then highlights. Okay, you have highlights where it tells you, just gives you some highlights, by date or by book. No highlights yet. Okay, find something to read. Okay, so I guess what this is I need to highlight something, and then it's going to sort them out for me. I didn't even know this was there. Maybe it's not in the app. Okay, so anyway, this is it, and this is your accounts. You can invite friends, and you can whatever you choose to do. Okay, so that is it for Blinkist. I would want to suggest that that every single person, if you're here and you're watching this, I want you to realize that there's a lot that you can do if only you can learn how to do them. Okay, and so if you take advantage of this, again, I'm going to put a link to this product, my own link to this product in the description, so you can actually take advantage of that. Okay, so I'd like to hear from you. Have you been a reader? Do you like to read? Do you see how this is going to help you to read a bit more than usual? And again, if you want, just use the link below, sign up for their 7 days trial, and see how it goes. If you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, cancel it. Okay, before 7 days though. Make sure you cancel before 7 days. Okay. So yeah, that's about it for today. I'm glad. Thank you so much for those of you that joined me live. And if you're watching from YouTube, I'd like you to like this if you like it, and subscribe so you can know whenever my videos go out. Okay. So I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your week, and look forward to seeing you again by God's grace next week. Bye for now.